I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is when people work just as hard for themselves as they do for other people, that's what really creates success. I was always that kid that played a lot of sports growing up. So I did baseball, football, basketball, track. I feel like I always had an entrepreneur bug. I was that kid that had the backpack full of chips, candy. I was selling in elementary school. I was a human vending machine. I went to the University of Texas at Arlington, and then I played travel baseball all from 5 years old up until I was 18. I even got a chance to go play for Team USA in Dominican Republic. How I got started in direct sales was I was actually talking to a friend, and he did sales for a different company, and he said, if he can do it, then I can do it as well. And so I remember one day just thinking about it. I went online. I was like, let me just kind of hit apply all and see what happens. It took me a long time to build the skill set to be able to open up my own business. Partially, it was because of myself. I was really money motivated when I first started, which means that I was only doing things for myself. Once I started seeing other people pass me up, and I realized that once you put people over profits, it goes a long way. And I really just started getting interested in other individuals. By me becoming friends with other individuals, I started really growing a team that way. I opened my own business in January 2021, right after COVID. My first year in business was fun, right? There are a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and I think it was just one of those things that the answer is always within yourself. And so through the downs, one thing I always had to kind of do is if I'm the problem, I'm the solution. And so during my down times, I was really networking and connecting with other people. And then during my up times, just really understanding that I had to struggle in order to get here. So really enjoying the bad times and the good times, kind of putting it all together. I've been in business a couple of years now, and I've definitely had my fair share of ups and downs. And I think during my ups, it's where I get a system going, I get things going. I'm connecting a lot with my people. And when I was running my business and it wasn't going well, it was just a matter of fact of me getting lazy in terms of putting other people to do things that they were not ready for. In order to run a good business, you put people in place to do things, but you got to teach them. I was putting people in place to do things without having any skill set and just kind of hoping it went well. I think a lot of people have a negative connotation with direct sales just because it's something that has a lot of rejection. And I think rejection naturally is a scary thing for people, but it's a natural part of life as well. We face rejection every day, whether it's in our dating life, whether it's in our sports. It happens all the time, but when it's time to do it for business, it somehow becomes that much worse of a thing for other people. I've actually had the opportunity to have multiple other individuals start their business. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is when people work just as hard for themselves as they do for other people, that's what really creates success for the other individuals. When they don't necessarily work just as hard for themselves as they do for other people, business typically doesn't go well. And when it doesn't go well, not much profit is generated. And when profit isn't generated, business doesn't survive. My biggest advice for someone who's worried about what they're getting themselves into is just to really ask questions to who and wherever you are, just to kind of seek your own perspective and your own mindset on what's actually going on. You have to learn how to think and actually see what's going on versus just believing everybody else. I've had my fair share of success in the last couple of years. I've been able to have my mom on payroll. I pay her just to travel. We did the math and she has traveled every single month this year. And then I've also been able to buy what my dream car has always been, which is a Tesla. I've also got a chance to travel. Went to Mexico for about a week. When I went out there, it just gave me gratitude to be able to work hard for myself and be able to continue to provide for my family, something that I wouldn't be able to do in many other places. Originally, my family wasn't super motivated about me joining a direct business just because they traveled across the country to get me into the United States. And for them, it was just a slap in the face to join something that wasn't guaranteed. Now it's actually kind of cool because my parents actually came to a conference. They've been able to travel to R&Rs with myself and reap the rewards of what we've done in the last couple of years.